Hey guys, Mark McKillier here with liveanabolic.com, and today I'm going to show you 4 of the best exercises that you can do using resistance bands to build a big, impressive chest. Alright, the chest is one of those showy muscles that looks fantastic when you take your shirt off, you're at the pool, at the beach, whatever. It's a big, strong, powerful muscle also, okay? So we're going to need to use higher tension resistance bands than when we're doing something small like a bicep. All right, now there's tons of different exercises that we can do for our chest. But today I wanted to narrow it down to what I think are 4 of the most effective exercises to target our chest. All right, I'm gonna start off with doing some flies. Now, we can do flies in several different ways with these resistance bands. You'll notice I've got a high anchor point up here in my door right now, okay? I can do the same exercise with a mid anchor point or with a low anchor point. So depending on where I put that anchor, it's going to target slightly different areas of my chest. So I'm going to start off with a high anchor, and then I'm going to show you how to do the movement so that I can target the lower part and mid part of my chest. Now guys, I got a couple of different resistance bands on here, okay? I had to use 2. Just using one, even the thickest, strongest resistance band was not enough, okay, to put enough tension on my chest, all right? So you guys need to figure out what colors, how many you need to use, okay? All right, so you gotta brace yourself. There's a lot of tension pulling you backward here, okay? So I have to spread my feet apart, okay, like this, and that allows me to lean forward, okay? And you're gonna notice that I've already stretched the band. That way, when I start, I already have tension, okay? So when I get my arms out here, and notice I don't have a straight elbow. I'm not locking my arms out. Don't do this, okay? Have a nice little bend in your elbows, and the key, guys, is try to maintain that same angle of bend throughout the full range of motion. All right, so anchor's up high, which means I'm gonna have to kind of bring the handles down a little lower and then touch, okay? So full range of motion, guys. And I really am not feeling enough tension right now, okay? Which means I'm gonna step a little bit further away from the door. Okay, now it's gonna be much tougher. And all I did was move about 6 inches further away from the door. Here we go. All right, I'm keeping the bend in my elbow consistent throughout the full range of motion. And at the bottom here, really squeeze, okay? Get a close-up of my chest here. The bottom of the movement, you can see I'm really pushing those handles together and I'm tensing my chest, okay? Nice, smooth, controlled range of motion. All right, I go all the way back, all the way together. And if you want to, guys, you can bring it and then cross over and get a little bit more range of motion. And then I alternate, okay? One time I bring my right arm under, and then the next rep, I bring it over, all right? So, fantastic way. Now I'm targeting the lower part of my chest, but it's also getting the middle section of my chest. So I'm getting a lot of my chest muscle fibers. And guys, one of the tricks to building muscle, okay, especially when we have big muscles that have multiple different tie-ins, okay, they actually have multiple sub-muscle groups in our chest, you need to hit that muscle group from different angles, okay, using different exercises, and that way it awakens, okay, or it uses different muscle fibers that don't necessarily get enough stress in every single different exercise. So, the next one I want to do is a chest press, but I'm going to change my anchor point from a high level to a mid level. All right, guys, I have a mid anchor point here, okay? And your chest press is another exercise that you are pretty strong at, which means you're going to need to probably use multiple bands, okay? Now, there's a couple ways you can do this, and you can experiment and try and see which way you like the best. You can have the bands over the top of your arms when you're pressing, okay? And if that doesn't feel good to you because these little straps here might be rubbing up against your arm, simply put the bands under, okay? So make sure you got them equal length on both sides, and I kind of centered the bands there on the anchor, okay? I'm gonna spread my feet, gotta have a nice wide base here because it's gonna be really pulling you backwards, okay, with a lot of tension. I wanna preload the bands by stepping away from the door, stepping away from the anchor point, okay? And I'm just gonna press straight forward, okay? And unlike the flies, you're gonna notice my elbow goes from a fully bent position to a fully locked out position, okay? So we're engaging the same muscle group, but from a different angle, using a completely different technique. All right, nice, slow, steady, control the resistance of those bands throughout the full range of motion, all the way out and all the way back. Okay, guys, that is a fantastic exercise for your chest. You're gonna start feeling the pump right now. Okay, the third exercise, guys, is one arm chest flies. All right, so we've already done flies where we're using two arms at the same time. This is different, and once again, I'm changing up the angle that we activate the muscle fiber. So I've put the anchor down low at the bottom of the door, okay? I've picked a resistance band that's a lot lighter, and I'm only using one now, okay? Now I'm grabbing both handles at the same time. So effectively, I'm really doing two resistance bands, okay? That's why you need to use a lighter resistance band. All right, we're gonna be doing flies now, but I'm gonna do them one arm, and I'm gonna be going across my body from the lower, okay, lower right to upper left. And just like the other flies, when I was using both hands at the same time, check out my elbow. I have a slight bend in my elbow, and I keep that bend the same throughout the full range of motion. So I'm really feeling upper chest right now, okay? Matter of fact, I'll see guys at the gym do this sometimes, and they'll actually put their fingers on the muscle that they're trying to activate so they can really feel it, okay? So down low right, up high left, okay? So switching to the other side is super simple, okay? All right. Okay, I'm starting down low left, up right. And you can put your finger on your chest and actually feel that muscle really tense up, guys. I keep my elbow flexed, same angle throughout the full range of motion. All right, guys, we're really killing our chest now. And if you can notice, no exercise is the same, okay? I'm really changing up things, not just the movement itself, but also where we anchor, okay? That also makes a big difference in building a big chest. Okay, for our last and fourth exercise today, I'm gonna show you how to do probably the oldest exercise in the book when it comes to working your chest, and that's a push-up. But I'm gonna put a little spin on it. We're gonna use a resistance band to change things up a little, okay? So pick a band, okay? You're gonna have to experiment on what color. All right, you may want to go with a pretty skinny or low resistance band. Now, this is how I do it. Put it behind your back, under your armpits, okay? Then I'll put the handles like this in my hands, and then I'm gonna get down on the floor in a traditional push-up position, okay? And I got my hands on top of the ends of the bands now, okay? That's gonna keep them from coming out. Push-up position. So you see how the band is stretched and adding resistance at the top of the movement? Well, the top of the movement is where we're actually our strongest. It's at the bottom of the movement. When we go all the way down is where we're weakest, and that's where the band provides almost no resistance, which is kind of good, okay? So it's making the exercise tough on the part of the exercise that's easy, and it's making the exercise basically no tougher than normal when we're at our weakest or when our chest is down close to the ground. So, okay, under my armpits, push-up position here. I'm just gonna do some good old-fashioned push-ups now. So at the bottom, okay, where the push-up is really tough, you'll notice that the band gets really slack. And it's providing basically no resistance, okay? But as I come up at the top, where I'm really nice and strong, I feel a lot of resistance band trying to pull me down to the ground. All right, wow. So, guys, tons of really cool little tricks, okay, that we can do to use resistance bands to target every single muscle group in our body, and chest is no exception. All right, hopefully you liked the video. Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I'm coming up with tons of ideas all the time. So is Gary. We're always throwing new information up on this channel. You don't want to miss a video. And then hit that little like button, okay? Share it with your friends, post some comments below, and guys, it doesn't happen overnight. You have to always stick with it and never give up on yourself.